I would make it this far. They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah.
This episode of Noonish is brought to you by Ethos MetaFest. Come EMF with us August 12th and 13th. Home Vita Mattress Outlet. Go to the website below, enter code Noonish10 for 10% off your next purchase. You never know how that sound check's gonna go until it's time to go to the show.
I found out from Sia, like had me like just me do a sound check remotely.
Yeah.
And played it back for him. It's like, oh shit, I talk a lot louder.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you thought.
Than I thought I did. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're not quiet, bro. You're not quiet at all.
Well,
you are the bull.
When I'm doing the sound check, it's like I'm not doing my full voice, but when I get going. Because she's like, you're overdriving every single time. It's like, because you're talking so loud.
Yep. Now, y'all tell me the same thing. It's like, Renee would be like, J.A., project your voice as if you're on the show.
Right.
Because you talk a lot louder on the show than you do. So,
yeah.
I don't mean to blow y'all's ears out if that's the case. But I do want to make sure that, we get excited. And I do want to make sure you hear me, you know?
Oh, are we live?
We're live. We're live, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. It is Noonish, man. And it's also your favorite sports and tech show, Noonish, man. Coming at you live today on this Wednesday. Very excited about this episode today. We got some more cool things to talk about.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we're here early, man.
Always.
Yeah. Every single week, man. We're not going to let you down. We're going to try to bring the thunder, even when it ain't raining. You know what I'm saying? That's tough to do. But if you didn't know, I am your host, J.A., a.k.a. Jonathan Anderson, coming at you, man, with our awesome co-host, starting with Mr. El Grande Toro, Jonas Bull in the house. Back.
I got the headband back today.
Ready to rumble, dog.
Brought it back for my birthday.
So Ferdinand, you know?
Ferdinand, right? I like to smell the flowers.
Jonas Bull in the building, man. And you also know who it is. To my left, your right. It is, I call him but y'all know him as Ronald Bowl. We're back in the building for another awesome show today. What's going down, huh?
No, nothing much. Just back for another lesson. You know, class is in. I'm gonna do a little schooling today.
You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn somebody today. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. It's a lot going on. These playoffs were crazy, man. And you get a chance to check out that Monaco race last week?
I sure did.
Right on. We're gonna definitely hit that subject as well. Dallas Stars are out of contention. They lost to the Las Vegas Knights, I believe that's the name of the squad. But
it's kind of a cool name, though, if you think about it. Las Vegas Knights.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a play on words, is what it is, and it's very
Right.
cool. I like that. I love plays on words.
Kind of like Miami Heat.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty. Yeah.
Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, that was originally in New York, so that's a little different, and the Giants and all that stuff. It's a little different.
Do they have Giants in New York?
They have giant buildings in New York.
Ah, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
I think you probably are stretching a little bit if you have to go that far.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing that's what they meant. I have no idea.
It's like the Hurricanes. If you had the Hurricanes, like the Kansas City Hurricanes, it's like, yeah, okay, but
that don't really make sense. Right. Yeah. I like the Kansas City like lakes, right. Kansas City Pacific Oceaners or something like that.
the Kansas City beach bums.
Yeah, that don't match up. That don't match up too well at all. Man, there is a beach bum team though. I forget where they are, but
yeah,
there's a team called the Beach Bums.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, the Lakers used to be the Minneapolis Lakers.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Actually makes more sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yep, because there is an ocean
near Los Angeles.
But you know what? Them Great Lakes look about as big as the ocean when you're driving next to them.
Oh, yeah.
In comparison to these Joe Pool lakes and these lakes around here, no, we got big ponds.
Yeah, that's a big pond.
Yeah, because them lakes go 900 feet deep, some of them, or close to 900 feet deep.
Can't see
some
to
of
the
them
other
more.
side.
Can't see to the other side, and they cover more than one state.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's basically like the ocean, like flopped in the middle of Canada and America. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's pretty wild, but the Great Lakes we're talking about. I say it's pretty like the. I was somewhere I saw like the Five Finger Lakes or something like that, Have you seen that?
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. They're all shaped like fingers. It's pretty weird, but it's anyways. I don't want to get too far off topic.
It's where some alien went to grab the Earth.
Yeah, and he dropped the ball.
Yeah,
but we got his handprint.
we got a handprint.
Yeah, I wonder if that was like a giant dinosaur. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be a big dinosaur.
Massive.
It'd be a monster.
Yeah, that's bigger than that's a massive dinosaur. Anyways,
I got you totally off track.
let's jump into this sports and tech talk, man. You know, because I can't get off track.
Are we doing chat roulette?
We got the roulette,
or whatever
bro.
roulette.
We don't know what is going on and
We
what's
do now.
coming at us today.
Yeah,
So
we don't know. We don't know.
We do now.
first and foremost, D-Hop.
Is he coming to the Cowboys?
He was released by his own. Is he coming? I wish, but no.
Well, Dak can Dak throw to him. He's
That's
so,
right.
Dak is so inaccurate.
Yes. It doesn't matter if he comes to the Cowboys. He can't even receive the ball. Unless the jugs machine is throwing to him. So.
Okay.
But no, I don't care. You know, I don't think he'll come to the Cowboys. But where do you think he will end up?
I would love to see him go to the Ravens.
The Ravens?
Oh,
That would be
yeah.
very cool. Him linking up with Lamar. But
Yeah,
how about,
I mean, but do I think he'll end up going there? Probably not.
you know where I'd love to see him go? I'd love to see him go to Cleveland. Jim Brown's home team. You know?
Well, yeah, they got Watson.
Back with Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's
That
who we
would
really
be-
want to cut up with.
Yeah, that would be a nice hookup.
Absolutely. I think that would be a great look. Amari Cooper, D-Hop, and Deshaun Watson, man, like that. And Nick Chubb, you know, let's not forget about their running backs, right?
Oh, yeah, they would have a very good offense.
Absolutely. And the defense, they have names, but can they put it together, you know?
All right.
Can they put it together? But we'll see where D-Hop lands. I have no idea where he's going to land, but somebody's going to get an excellent receiver, I think. Like, he had a surgery. We don't know how he's going to come back. Like, he came back for a little bit last year, but we didn't get to see an extended case. We didn't get to see many games from him out of last year. So we'll see what's up, man. But I wish he'd come to Dallas, but I don't know. Maybe come to Dallas and just sit the rest of the year out, rehab, until we get another quarterback next year. Oh, Texas Rangers. I don't know if y'all noticed,
Rangers.
but the Rangers are still balling right now. First place, I believe, by a couple games last time I saw over the Astros right now. And they're in the top 5 in like all the major categories on hitting, on offense, and pitching.
I asked earlier this season, what did they do? Well, we know what they did,
Yep.
but does that much of a turnaround that quick?
Yes. So it all starts from the top.
Yeah.
So
that's
we
true,
know
true.
John Daniels, he's out of there.
Right.
Get out of here, you know? And then after John Daniels,
Kind of like that mouse.
yeah, that mouse was out of there. It shouldn't have been there in the first place. But John Daniels, he's out of there. And then the coach, Chris, I can't think of his last name right now. The manager
Gone.
got rid of him.
Chris
And it
gone.
wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't do a bad job. But locker room energy can be, very strange, you know?
Yeah. So
And,
sometimes you just need to
just need to
clear the decks. and
whole
start over.
change, whole shift. You know what I mean? And you want a winning culture, so you bring in a World Series winning manager out of Bruce Bochy, right? And those two moves, they have crafted a team together.
They're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, that is absolutely. It's a mixture of guys that have come through the minor league system and guys that have come from other teams and guys that were here.
How far are we from World Series? We got a while.
Yeah, we're about a third of the season
Yeah.
through right now. Through a third of the season right now, and they still balling, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't think
Still
they're
going
gonna
strong,
stop.
yeah.
I don't think they're gonna stop.
Top five from, might as well just say bottom 5 is a big deal. That's a big shift.
Absolutely, and we're talking every major category, from
Yeah, right.
slugging percentage to batting
Right.
average to run scored to ERA to WHIP to on base percentage against
And the
batting
most
average
important number,
against.
wins and
And
losses.
wins and losses,
That's the
ultimately.
most
Exactly.
important number.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And they had a pretty major series against Baltimore. They played well up there in Baltimore as well, you know. But man, if y'all haven't gone out to watch and support your Rangers, we got another squad. Not just the Stars. Stars lost, but it's all good. We got another winning squad in the Metroplex. Y'all get out there and check them out at Globe Life Park. Check them out. It's all good.
Sound check.
Yeah, I did
Still
that.
sound check.
Yeah, how that sound?
It sounds good.
Can hear it.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it sounds good.
Yeah. So, yeah. Check out your Rangers, man, when you get a chance. We're going to keep this thing moving, though. Enough baseball talk. I know this is going to serious than that. Dion's luggage has arrived. Talking about his Louis, y'all. If y'all didn't realize. So, if y'all have been following Colorado Buffalo football, or if you're just watching the show for the past few weeks, you know that we've been covering Dion since he's arrived in Colorado. We covered him at Jackson State.
Oh, speaking of
there's
sound check.
Kangaroo Court. How you doing? We covered him at Jackson State. So we saw what took place a few weeks ago when they were down to literally, 20 football players on the roster, right? He cut 46 people, I believe it was, something like that, and released.
Well,
They all went to the transfer portal. Like,
they
there's a
all went
mixture
to.
of,
We don't know exactly how they got there,
yeah.
but they were in it.
Yeah,
We're not gonna
somehow.
say Dion cut him.
Yeah.
But
But 2/3 of the roster opened up.
yeah, we'll say it like that. They all jumped in. There was 56, I think, total.
And went down to 20.
Yeah, we're down to 21.
Yeah, 21 players.
And then now he's back up to 70 something.
Yes, and the team looks a lot different than it did before. I don't know if you've seen the team he got in now, but previously they looked like a high school team with a few guys that could go one way, right?
Exactly.
And a couple guys that could go two way, right? Now they just completely. They have a lot of Florida boys in Boulder, Colorado. It's a lot of dreads running around Boulder right now. I mean, this is a unique experience for both sides of the fence right here for this team and what they've integrated themselves into because of this man right here behind us, Deion Sanders Primetime, who I believe is doing an excellent job with this squad right now. Their turnover, and just like we were talking about the Rangers, it starts at the top, and it's hard to turn a losing organization around with losing mentalities. Right? True. I used to tell my son about saying, look, winning is a habit and losing is a habit. If you get comfortable with losses and you're okay and you smiling and happy with what just took place, we got a problem right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you're okay with losing. I never want you to be okay with losing. You got to forget about it, but it's not okay. So I understand what he did in bringing winners and taking kids that had winning mentalities, right? I'm sure they've probably won at some point in high school or something. And know what it takes, and then, basically watching it and bringing in this new group. And he's talking about winning right now.
Yeah. So that's in my wheelhouse. Talking about you're going to stop growing when you get comfortable.
Yep.
When you and to be fair, not everybody's going to the NFL. Not everybody in the NFL is going to the Super Bowl. Not everybody's going to the NFL. Not everybody's going to play college ball. And some people who are going to play at community college and go no further.
Yep.
Some people are going to stop at high school. Some people are never going to start. And that's fine because there's lots of stuff in the world for you to do. There's lots of stuff for you to be good at, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But wherever you get comfortable, when you say, okay, I'm okay with this, that's where you're gonna stop.
Yeah.
That's just the way the world works.
Yep.
Because you're gonna stop fighting, you're gonna stop pushing, and you're gonna be like, yep, this is where I'm at.
Can't get comfortable, man.
And to some extent, you're gonna backtrack.
Yeah.
Because you get too comfortable, you stop working, and you
Well,
always
what we
you
say
have to
is-
keep pushing to stay in one place.
Yeah. What we used to say is nothing stays the same.
Nothing stays the
You're either
same.
getting better or getting worse because
And there's
the people that are
always somebody
working are
coming
getting
along.
better. And
Yeah.
if you stay here, someone is getting, is continuing to
Well,
move
there's
forward.
always a saying for that kind of stuff. They say if you fail to prepare, you're prepared to fail.
Yep.
Right.
So,
Right.
and if you get comfortable, you're not going to prepare like you
Right.
did when you was hungry or
Right.
you wanted it. Once you get there, oh, I got it now. You're not
Right.
going to prepare the same.
Yeah.
So, and it's not just college football. Like
Well, that's
all
life.
areas of life.
That's
Absolutely.
life.
Absolutely.
If you don't seek out a certain amount of stress, put yourself into practice, put yourself into scrimmage, whatever the area is that of your life that has that similar situation. Put yourself in a class.
Yeah.
Take a class that's a little bit beyond your skill level.
Man, and
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
You got to keep pushing.
Absolutely. That's where you find your edges, and you can then start to extend those edges.
Right.
You know?
That's where you find out where you can grow.
Exactly. And that's what I
And-
love about the way he runs the team.
Whatever you got to say about Dion,
Yeah.
good or bad,
Yep.
he's gonna push.
Absolutely.
He's gonna keep pushing.
And he's teaching these kids organization, being on time. He's teaching them all these different things that matter in life moving
Right.
forward. You know what I
Right.
mean? Grooming young men out of these kids in college, and with a winning mentality. You know, and putting it on themselves to be perfect because they have the ability to, and just that
Right.
that mindset. You know, so I love it. I'm curious to see what happens throughout the season. He's talking about winning right now, and he's won everywhere he's been. So until I see him not win, you know, I can't. You gotta believe in him. You know what I'm saying? Period. He's
Well,
got a tough
until you
test out
see
the
him
gates.
get comfortable not winning.
He ain't. I don't think he's comfortable with that.
And the Pac-12, is not the SEC.
Oh, for sure.
True.
Now, if he'd went to the SEC, that would be a different story.
Absolutely.
But in the Pac-12, if he can win 5-6 games, man, that's a huge.
Oh, if he goes
success.
6 games, that's a bowl game for Colorado.
Yep.
After winning 3 games the past 2 years, I think that's a massive success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think his expectations are greater than 6 games. Just understanding who he is, but it's gonna be hard on them kids. I'll tell you that. But
Well, if you
we
signed
gonna
up for
keep this
easy,
thing
you might
moving.
be on the wrong.
Absolutely,
Might be in the wrong place.
No doubt, because it ain't gonna
as
be easy.
as
man.
evidenced by the transfer portal.
Yep. See you later. Moving on. NBA, man. So
Has anything happened with him?
it's
Been
been
any news?
one of the greatest series in my lifetime. Watching these guys battle. Miami
Yeah.
Heat and the Boston Celtics.
Is this going to turn into a greatest of all time?
Well, it's done. It's done. Nah, it might turn into a gold
That
conversation.
series? Oh, no.
That was a great series. That was a
I
great
would venture to
series.
say,
I just stirred it up.
I would venture to say, no, it's not. It's not. I mean,
That was a
to
great
me,
series. Though.
it was see, you gotta realize, who you're dealing with. You're dealing with a grumpy old man that gets out of hearing athletes say, oh, they big and better today.
Yeah.
But to me, it was more like one didn't want it and the other one wasn't sure if they did.
That's how you felt about this series?
Yes.
Man.
Because when you get somebody down 3-0, and they come back win 3, it was like this. When I started to believe in Miami,
Yeah.
Boston took over. When I started to believe in Boston, Miami came back and won the series.
Yeah.
So, so it's like, and it was a great series, but for his talent-wise, Jimmy Butler against younger, bigger, stronger guy, he shouldn't have been in. Against Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown.
It's something about Jimmy Butler that's
Yeah.
special, though. I think that first step,
Yeah.
I think he's got a very quick first step.
Yeah.
And people underestimate
The most
that.
special thing about Jimmy Butler right now is that he don't have to go through LeBron James to get out there.
That's yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler when he was with Chicago, he had some epic battles with
So,
LeBron
I mean,
James.
at this point in his resume, can we say that Jimmy Butler is the best player in the East? With
No.
what he's been able to do when it comes playoff time.
He's the best playoff player in the East, for sure. I would venture to say that, but now, if you say regular season, no.
I mean,
Miami finished 8th.
we're talking about an 8 seed that's headed to the NBA Finals right now. That's what's also great about this series is it was an 8 seed.
Exactly.
I guess was it a 1 seed or a 2 seed? They already beat the 1 seed.
Yeah. So,
right? So
yeah.
Boston was a 2 seed.
Right. So
they had taken down the
1
Giants.
and 2 seed.
I mean, it sounds to me like you're making this case for him.
What?
That Jimmy Butler's an outstanding
playoff
player.
Yeah, but he had to get. I mean, we got to think about this team around him. You know, he doesn't have
For sure.
just a bunch of studs around him. Bam is good.
Yeah.
Tyler Hero's decent when he's on the court.
Yeah, he's hurt. Duncan is okay.
Yeah, you know
Who
he's
else they got? I mean, you know.
so they were 8 seed.
Yeah, exactly. And now that they line up against Denver, it looks like, I mean, pretty much, if you go down the roster, it looks kind of like a mismatch. Boston against Miami. So far, when you go down, the
Denver
roster,
versus
Marcus Smart,
Yeah.
and all these guys.
Yeah. Jalen Brown.
You would just look and say, "Oh, Boston got this."
Yeah.
But they didn't.
Exactly.
And now, when you look
Do
at
the same
Denver,
thing with Milwaukee.
yeah,
Do the same thing with the Knicks. Everyone they beat out has been on paper a more talented group.
talented team.
But Eric Spoelstra has coached a great team. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Exactly.
And these guys are playing really well together. Like I don't know. I don't understand how they took this thing over from Boston because Boston had the deepest, one of the biggest teams left in the East. And they got Tatum, they got Brown, they got Big Williams in the middle, they got Horton,
Yeah, they got Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart. I mean, they have guys on the bench that can come in and play. And I don't understand.
I don't
like,
know. I just don't.
So Miami is also. And this is what I like about them versus Denver. They're a pretty long team as well. They're not as long as Denver, but they're not far from. Where Denver's had many guys, they got 6'9" and up guys, a lot 6'7" and up the whole starting roster.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? And then off the bench, they're still big and tall guys, long guys.
Because they made the Lakers look small.
Yes, they did.
Denver made the Lakers look small.
Yes, they did.
Yes.
And I think Miami matches up a little better with them because they got Christie, who's a pretty long guy. Only small guys on Miami are Duncan Robinson and my guard, 7 and 30.
Yeah.
31, I believe. They shoot the threes and Lowry.
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry. But they've got a pretty long squad as well, But they're not as long as them. That size mismatch. Murray is the biggest mismatch nobody's talking about. But Jimmy Butler said he's going to guard him, so he's already called him out, said he wants him. So we haven't seen another guard his size try to guard him.
He gonna have to get him because nobody
else.
those other guys are too small.
Yeah.
The guards are too small.
Yeah.
So but now, I mean, I don't know now. Bam has to try to deal with Joker.
Yeah.
So
Bam is a big dude, though. Bam got that height on him.
Yeah, and I think he got a little dog in him. He got a little out of Jimmy Butler and put it in him. So
I love it. That's that Jimmy Butler effect.
yeah.
You practice hard, you're going to play hard for sure. All right, and then outside of that, who Denver beat. Did we speak on this last week? LeBron talking about retiring from the game of the basketball after getting swept. What do you think about, is it time for LeBron to retire? He himself says he's still better than 90 to 95% of the league. That means that there's several guys he thinks that are better than him or as good as him.
Well, he's talking about physically. Physically, he's better than.
He's not talking about.
Now, mentally, he's better than 100% of the guys.
Okay. So that does take that physical. Yeah. So you don't think it's time for him to retire?
Only if he want to. I mean,
You think he's still capable of playing and contributing to the squad?
He led him to the Western Conference Finals, and if he would have had, here we go. This here was a fifth again.
Right.
Yep.
But maybe if he would have had better teammates, which goes back to my original saying, you're only as good as your teammates.
Yep.
He wasn't no better than Dennis Schroeder and D'Angelo Russell. And that wasn't very good at all, in my opinion.
Yeah,
This is just my opinion.
If he had a couple shooters around him.
Yeah.
If they would have had a Kevin Love, can Kevin Love still play in the NBA right now?
Don't put Kevin Love in that column.
I'm saying as a spot-up shooter.
Oh, he can
16,
play,
11.
but he barely helped LeBron in Cleveland. So why would you bring him to LA? He barely helped him in Cleveland.
He lost the chance. Yeah, you're right, but he lost. He flat out lost it the year that he didn't have Kevin Love and Kyrie. And then when they came back, they beat him, with Kevin Love and Kyrie. So, I mean, he definitely helped.
Yeah.
LeBron needed him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But at this point in his career, like, is he still?
No. At this point in his career, no. You gotta go. You gotta go get some. You gotta go get some younger guys. You can't.
I think he'll be a good guy in this series versus Denver.
You know when you go to the tire shop, they used to say, "Do you want some new tires?"
Or you see the stars, yeah.
You can't keep getting these retread tires. I mean, they had D'Angelo Russell. They sent him away, brought him back.
Yeah.
They had Dennis Schroeder, sent him away, brought him back.
Yeah.
When those old man, you got to get some new tires. Get some retreads.
Yeah.
They don't last long. They wear out real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I used to go to the tire shop, and the guy would never have the tires I needed. He'd always be like, "Come back in a couple hours. I got some brand new ones."
Straight up the ones you needed?
just the ones you need.
Wow, yeah. He probably just had to run down to the spot. They got it. He still got the
I figured I'd see that car sitting up on blocks on the side of the road in the parking lot somewhere.
Now, I got me a tire shop right now in Oak Cliff. I love them because they got some new tires and they between $100 and $120 a pop. And they brand spanking new.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, don't put them on blast too bad.
Right. Don't question
Hey,
it.
we on YouTube now.
I
You don't want nobody.
Don't question it.
names.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
And keep it that way. Don't say
Yeah.
no name. Don't say my name.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah.
But anywho, what y'all think? LeBron, he still got time? You think
I mean, with the right teammates, he got a chance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, like we talked about last week, if he's still got physical ability, even if he's not at the peak that he ever was.
Yep.
He's still got physical ability, and if he's willing to share some of that game IQ with, like you say, with some younger guys that can support him, and you kind of let them be the one that takes all the hits and does some of the hard stuff. He could last a long time and take teams to championships.
Would it behoove LeBron to ever be a sixth man on the team if he could extend his career another 10 years?
I mean, not another 10 years.
Look at Udonis
But
Haslem.
I
How
mean,
long Haslem been playing? He been playing for like 40 years.
These days, just like I said, these players, there's so much money involved.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you tell a guy not to be the sixth man for $45 or $50 million a year?
But I'm saying, what do you think LeBron?
Oh
would
no,
do
I
that?
mean with his mindset and with how he view himself, I don't think he would ever be a sixth man.
I don't either.
No, I don't know he would ever be a sixth man.
He would retire long before that ever
Yeah.
took place. His mindset, but boom,
Swoosh.
NBA Finals, bro. Like, it's that time. Who is gonna take this one home? This is gonna who you got. Who you picking to win? Jonas, first, who you picking to win?
Why do you always go to first to me?
Because I want to know.
Like I know.
I mean,
I'll go first, Jones.
Yeah,
Because
Really though, Miami is my. I like the underdog stories.
yeah, underdog, straight up.
Like you got an expert. You got an expert who knows
no.
not only the current but the historical perspective on it. And you gonna ask me?
Because I want to know. I want to know who your thoughts and why.
I like Miami because I like the underdog.
Because I know you're like not even a casual watch. Like, you're a casual watcher, I guess you would say.
I would say casual is probably
at best, right?
casual at best.
I mean, it's down to the good stuff now.
So I love hearing
Paying attention.
like why and who, and like it's always just entertaining to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's about as far as I've gotten with it.
Yeah, because it's a lot of casual watchers out there.
There is.
Yeah.
And,
That's funny.
you got heat in Denver up there.
Yep. So do you like the hot or do you like the cold? Is what it comes down to.
Right. Where are they playing? Maybe that's a question.
Well, the first Denver has the best record. So
Right.
the first two in Denver, next two in Miami,
Okay.
then they alternate.
The first two are in Denver?
Yeah.
Okay, and they're one seed, right?
See that's
I didn't.
They better get up there and start getting used to that Denver air.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be cold, but
They don't let the All-Star game dictate the.
No, that's baseball.
Oh, they don't do that no more.
No,
Okay,
team with the best record.
Got you. That makes
I'm
sense.
gonna go with Miami. Not on talent.
You taking the Heat as
yeah,
well?
not on talent.
Yeah, not on talent. You know, in Jonas, you from Mississippi, you know about this, right? You know about the swine with the grosser noose? That's who run that pig pen, right?
That's true.
The what? The swine with the what?
Grosser noose.
What is that? A grosser noose?
Hey, that's the hog with the big kahunas running for. I think the Heat got bigger kahunas than Denver. And I think that's what it's going. Because it's not going to be, if they beat them, that's what it's going to be.
That's what's coming down to.
That's the only way an old guy like me know how to put it. I think they got bigger.
Yeah, hey.
I just
hadn't heard that expression
That matters.
Yeah,
that
matters
absolutely
more
matters.
than people think.
That absolutely matters.
But yeah, it does. Yeah,
But Joker ain't
and
no
they're
punk.
coming off of
That's how.
you know they're coming off that underdog win streak. You know.
Yeah, but Joker,
That's how Miami got this far.
though.
That's
No.
how. Well,
So you know they already got beef.
Yeah, they already got beat.
Right.
Well, let me tell you like this here. The Morris brother hit Joker in the face. Joker hit him in the back.
Yeah.
So I got problems with that. First off, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. But I mean, it was his most. I mean, he. So if y'all didn't see the play, Joker was coming down the court, and Markieff Morris like stumbles and basically like it's a calculated stumble, all right, and like thrusts himself in the Joker, pushing Joker, throwing him off balance in a violent manner, right? Not extremely violent, but it was intentional. I'll say that much.
Oh yeah, it was intentional.
So Joker, he gets pushed. And his first reaction is to just go push the man that pushed him. Be
Just
all
so
that it
how
may
his back was turned.
be all that it may be. I think that's the right way to say it. Markieff, was it Markieff? I don't know. It's twins.
Yeah,
It's two
I think it was
twins. One of the
Markieff.
Morris brothers.
Yeah, one of Mark's twins.
Twins. Yeah. Got pushed in the back, fell to the floor, back injury. Now we all know NBA guys from
That was pretty violent.
it was pretty violent,
It was
but a
pretty
back
violent.
injury? A back injury?
No. He had like whiplash. It was in his neck. Yeah.
But so
I
your
can
legs
see
don't
that.
work, so you can't get off the floor.
Well, you know, this is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. That's what they teach athletes now. If you hurt me on the floor.
We talk
back in
about
our
the
day,
game. You remember when Paul
back in our
Pierce?
day, we used to jump up because we didn't want nobody to know we was hurt.
Right.
You remember when Paul Pierce went out on a wheelchair
Yeah, they came
and
back.
came back and played the game?
Yeah.
We're talking about that same sport right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he,
I mean,
LeBron flopped and Joker flopped right after.
unless
Like, this is a
unless
flopping
you're
sport.
talking about soccer players, I would never if it's a soccer player, yeah, they're probably just faking it. But
Yeah.
everybody else, I would not discount the possibility of an injury. But
Yeah, the way Joker hit Morris, that was pretty
That's a push,
violent in the back. No, he did it with his shoulder. He boom in his back with his shoulder, and he didn't know he was coming. Now, if he knew he was coming, but now, like you say, he stumbled into Joker. Joker saw him coming.
Yeah.
In front of him.
Yeah, no doubt. So you
so-
think it was justified that he laid on that floor that whole time and he laid on the floor?
Well, I'm not saying that, but I think that it was a different way for Joker to retaliate.
Yeah.
You can wait till the next time down the floor when y'all looking at each other and say, hey, you know what you just did? Bam, this is yours back.
remember that?
I feel like Joker blacked out.
Black guy.
I think he blacked out. I think he blacked out. He was mad and just
No.
reacted. And I can't get mad at him for doing that.
No, I can't get mad at him.
You know
But that don't
what I'm
mean it was
saying?
soft. That don't mean it wasn't soft.
Oh, it wasn't.
Right.
Yeah, it was not. It wasn't
and
face to face.
I can't get mad at him, but this is what but this is
That don't
what
mean
I'll
it was
say.
soft either though. Because I just don't think he cared in that moment in time.
Yeah, it was a soft move.
You
To
thought it
hit
was
a man in the back when he hit you in the front, in your face.
But it was like we're talking about this action and then this action, this action and this reaction.
But he had enough time to hit you, turn, and run 3 or 4 steps. What Joker should have did, what I would have did, because I have been known in my
You
past
would've
to
tapped
have
on the
a-
shoulder?
No, I would have waited till the next time down the floor
Yeah.
when he facing me, and I would have gave him the business while you looking at me.
Right.
Because I like to look you in the eyes when I give you the business.
So would you have
It's
felt
like,
better if
oh,
Joker
all
in that
right,
moment-
we play in that kind of game.
Yeah.
All right.
So if Joker in that moment just grabbed his shoulder, turned him around, and just pushed him like that, would you have felt better?
I would have felt better about that, yeah. At least you know, but
But
to
not
hit
to
a
knock
man
him
when
back.
he's not
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And,
there ain't
and
nothing-
then this is what the
I'm just saying, I don't think you
and this
saw
is the
it.
thing about Marquise. If you're gonna hit somebody like that, don't turn your back.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, don't turn your back. I mean, keep your eyes on him because you just gave him a dirty shot.
Yeah,
and
man.
you don't turn your back.
And
I mean,
that's-
all these guys.
That's a weak move.
Yeah, both of them. I mean,
That's a weak move.
that was a dumb move.
That's just a dumb.
That was a dumb move.
so-
Joker's was weak. This is just my opinion. Joker's was weak.
But it was set up.
dumb.
That's like being planted with evidence.
Yeah. Because
Like he
this
planted,
is-
like he did the
See,
action
this
and
is
then
the
planted
difference.
them with evidence. But
This is the difference. This is the difference between athletes now and athletes then.
yeah,
Walt Frazier was playing for the New York Knickerbockers.
yeah.
Phil Chenier was playing for the then Washington Bullets. I don't know what happened between Walt Frazier and Phil Chenier. But on the way down the court, Phil Chenier punched Walt Frazier in the back of the head.
Wow.
Walt Frazier never turned around, never looked
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah.
Scored 24 straight points on him. So it's always a way to get somebody back.
Absolutely.
Right.
He scored 24 straight points on him. Coach yanked Phil Chenier out. Boy,
Morris stayed on the ground for like 15
Don't
minutes.
piss him off anymore.
So it's always ways to get guys
Yeah,
back.
no
It
doubt.
just depends on how you want to do it.
Well, Morris ain't there to get his get back, but I feel like Joker
Yeah,
got
Morris
his
is
get
not
back.
even on the team. Is he?
Nah, he ain't on the team no more. But Jimmy was like, "Let's go to the back."
Yeah.
He talked to the mess. So it's still a little friction there. That just something. I just need something to grasp onto
Oh, it's
because
still a little
Miami
friction.
and Denver are in the freaking
But
finals.
it's still a
right
little friction because, Jimmy is one of those people that won't let stuff go. Even though Morris is not on the team no more,
Yeah, he's
Jimmy's going to
still-
use that as a
Absolutely.
motivating factor
Absolutely.
for guys like Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
See, Kyle Lowry is small, but he's a little bulldog too.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So
Kyle
that's why
Lowry.
I
Yeah,
say they if Miami do win it, it's because of the cojones.
Man,
I'm
that's-
saying like-
yeah, no doubt. See, I would
They
say
got
Kyle
it.
Lowry is a little man, Joel Embiid, but he got a ring, so I can't say that no more. I
Right.
can't say that no more. But keep it moving. Oh, it has been announced. July 29th, 2023. The main event. Fight of the decade. Fight of the century. Fight of the millennium. Fight of the 2000s, you know?
I get the impression you're excited about it.
Hey, I'm just, I don't want to say I'm excited, but this is going to be a good one, man. This is a long awaited fight we've all been waiting for, right? I say we all. We talking Earl Spence
Yep.
versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Meeting in Las Vegas to settle the score, and we're going to find out who is the undisputed champion.
I know we've been talking
in that
about Crawford
weight
versus
class.
Spence
Yeah.
for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
And July 29th is the date that it's taking place. I'm gonna see if we can get some media credentials.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that
Be dope.
I think we just have to fill out the form.
Yep.
Go for it.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Go check it out, man. So
Let's do it.
who is gonna come out victorious? Of course, y'all see our boy Derrick James in the back right there,
Right.
looking like I want you from the
Yeah,
arm,
right.
So who do y'all have in this fight right now?
We gotta say Spence because he's kind of one of our boys.
Yeah, man. Like he's in the camp.
He's in the camp.
And
That's right.
he's very good. Like I just don't see Spence taking an L in this fight. I like Terrence Crawford a lot too.
Oh, I do too. And
And-
I would say this. Up until Earl Spence, the last two fights, I would have thought Terrence Crawford.
Right.
Earl Spence's last two fights were different.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
He's been bringing
I'm
it.
going with Spence.
yeah. So
Before
when you
that-
say when you say they're different, what is different about his last two fights? That sticks out to you.
He punished those guys. I mean, I don't know if he got more power
Yeah.
or what, but I mean, his speed and none of that diminished. But it just
Right.
seemed like he's so accurate. He's just so sharp.
Yeah.
And
He's always been fast.
he's always been fast, but now
He's accurate
It's
with
a
his
little
blow.
different.
He
Something
has
happened.
generally been
And-
pretty accurate but he seems to be able to get the mass into it better, get the power
and
into
actually,
it.
he did say something about the car wreck.
Yeah.
And he actually has been different since the car wreck.
Absolutely.
It's sometimes, when you get the poo-poo scared out of it.
Right. Absolutely.
When you come to your senses, you're like, okay, let me,
What I remember they said about the car wreck is if the concrete couldn't break me, no man can break me. Right? Because as you know, he had the wreck, he flew out of his windshield.
Right.
He was pretty much just scratched up.
Had no broken bones.
Right. Unbreakable.
Scratched up, beat up a little bit, bruised.
Unbreakable arrow spins.
No broken bones.
Who does that, man?
And he's like, if this can't break me, the fearlessness that puts in a man?
Oh, yeah.
Like straight up. So he's going in with a whole different mindset. He's a rock man. Like I chipped the concrete.
Yeah.
They had to go fix that divot in the road.
And he's he's fast concrete.
Yeah,
he's quick,
fast concrete.
got quick hands concrete.
The dude is an absolute shift in everything he's done since that car wreck, right? From the people he hangs out with to the places he lives and the things he does in his off time. He's got horses, like he's on the farm, raising a farm right now.
You often see like somebody has something happen traumatic or whatever, and they tend to go hard, either like I'm gonna live it up, and they go off the rails, or they go even hardcore on whatever they're in his case fighting.
Yeah.
But he's definitely I won't even say he come back because he didn't ever really leave.
Yeah.
But he has come.
He just got stronger.
He's got stronger. Yeah. He's like what doesn't kill me make me stronger.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that. So
yeah. So you got Spence in this fight?
Yeah, I got Spence.
You got Spence? Yeah, I got Spence. You got Spence in this fight already?
Yeah. I mean, just he's got the quickness and he's got the power now. Crawford's is strong and he's pretty quick too. But I think Spence, if I'm not badly mistaken, Spence has got a little bit of reach on him. You remember?
Yeah, no, Spence is a bigger man in this fight. Yeah. No doubt about that. But Crawford, man, like he's ambidextrous. He can box from both sides.
He can box from both sides. That's not always the win that you think though. Like that's something you have to really, which he does. I mean, I'm not to take anything away from him because I like Crawford. Like you said, I like both of them.
Yeah.
This is not a easy.
Man. Yeah. It ain't like he's about to run through Terrence Crawford.
Right.
Like this is an old school fight right here. Yeah. Well, like I am.
You say that, but I think this might be a old school, new school fight. Like, yeah, because you got two guys who are both powerful, both quick, and the way both of them have been the last little bit, they're both accurate.
Yeah,
and so seeing both the combination of power, speed, and accuracy with strategy and the science of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a really good fight.
Yeah, no doubt, man. But also the one element that absolutely differentiates these guys to me is Derrick James. That man he's the best boxing trainer in boxing right now. Right, says ESPN and 3 other entities from 2023. So having those eyes in your corner and the ability to speak the language that translates to you to allow you to make adjustments and be a better boxer in this moment in time absolutely matters. And Derrick James he's the best in the business right now as far as I'm concerned.
And the training too to lead up to that.
I mean, look, we talking. He's got Charlo. He's got all the belts. He's got Earl in the stable. Anthony Joshua just came to him after Giovanni Davis fought. Ryan Garcia just came to him. You know what I mean? He's got Frank Martin, who's an undefeated boxer in the stable, just waiting for his opportunity to bust somebody's head open at 135. You know? So, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
The man turns out winners, like, period. So, I think that's another advantage for Earl Spence, man. So I think there's several reasons why there's a reason to believe in Earl Spence to win this match. And I don't know if it's going to be a knockout. It might be a knockout. It's going to be a brutal fight between the two guys. I'll tell you that much.
This is the kind of thing where these two fighters, this could be one that goes a long, long time, and who did the best, who had the best training, for a long haul could be the deciding factor.
So who do you see as if there is a knockout, who's knocking who out? Do you think Earl will be knocking out?
I don't. I'm not making predictions.
I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I really don't. I think it's just going to be a hard, grueling fight. I don't think it's going to be that easy. But if Earl fight like he's been fighting, I think
we're going to break him down.
I think he'll wear him down.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Bud, he taking that snack, man. We know about his. We know about the guy that made snack. That's Balco. So
yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to in a match that's as closely matched as they are in both style and ability. I don't think it's a good idea to put your money on, unless you like taking big risks. It's not a good idea to put your money on knockout.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because either one of these guys is capable of doing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either one of them is capable of taking advantage of a mistake, or the question with dudes like these is either one of them going to make a mistake?
Yeah.
And I would say the chances are pretty slim.
And
certainly in the early round.
I count on Bud to make a mistake before I see Earl making a mistake.
And that's kind of like, I hadn't really put it into words like that in my head, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. It's like, I think it goes long.
Yeah.
A number of rounds, maybe not all the way, but a number of rounds. And I think training and technique are going to be the win. Losing out on the fading in the distance is going to be what takes somebody down, and
that certainly favors
that
Earl
feels
Spence
like
no doubt. So
could be wrong, but that's
D-time, baby. Let's go, man down. Next up, F1 in Monaco, man.
Monaco.
So I hear there was a blunder by your favorite driver's team, Aston Martin. What's that? Fernando Alonso? Yeah.
I don't know. He came in second.
I hear there was a blunder.
Came in second.
And there was a blunder, right?
This is a racing team that has not, before this year, had not been on the podium, which means first, second, or third place in over a decade. So, over 10 years. He's been third, somewhere down third, and now up to second.
They should have won. You know that, right?
Nah, I don't know about that.
They should have won because of
he did.
Changed tires again, which allowed Verstappen to gain a 22-second lead on Fernando. Had they put the correct tires on,
already had a pretty good lead.
Okay. So
they already had a pretty good lead.
So that extended the lead more.
And I'm not anti-Red Bull, I'm not anti-Verstappen. I like what they're doing. But they've got a huge advantage over everybody.
And what's this advantage? Like what?
They just took better advantage of the rule changes to the car and the engine.
So everybody couldn't adjust by now?
Well, they're working on it, but Red Bull has money.
And the other teams don't?
Well, some of them have more than others, but Mercedes came out stronger than what up until the rain hit. So look, you've been to a basketball game, been to a football game, baseball games especially, where you're like, man, we're like,
and that was it. They didn't put rain tires on.
We've been watching. 90% of this game has been slacking, same crap. You know what? I'm going home. I'm leaving early. Beat the crowd. And then somebody turns something around at the last minute.
Yeah,
that's kind of what happened here. Except it was the faucet got turned on, and it screwed up everything.
Yeah, they didn't put the rain
The last
tires
10
on.
laps or so was absolute carnage.
So why did Verstappen's crew put the rain tires on where Alonso's crew didn't put the rain tires on?
They read the rain better. Honestly, to me, looking at the condition of the track at that time, there's no way in hell I would have gone back to slicks.
Really? Because you already knew.
Not because I already knew, because I'd be scared as shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm looking. I mean, for one thing, I'm looking at it from a viewer, and I see all these other cars sliding around all over the place. And I'm like, hell no.
Yeah. That's
Give me something with some grip.
It's a different viewpoint.
But
So you think they would have lost regardless? You think they would have got second place regardless, even if they put the right tires on?
I think it would be just a little bit short of a miracle if they take a win anywhere this year.
Well,
And I
it
think
seems
they
like
have already come a tremendously long way from where they were last year.
I feel like he's trending into where he can beat Verstappen.
I don't know about that.
I mean, just based on
mathematics.
Like our conversations from where they were to where they have been every race. And then I read an article stating that could have cost him the race. He's getting better. That's that staying the same versus
right.
other people getting better.
But I just
like in that trend, I predicted he's going to win a race.
he could, and this was a very good chance for it. But I watched it, and there were so many things. Was it a mistake? Sure, yeah, it was a mistake. A lot of teams made mistakes on that.
Yeah,
a lot of teams made mistakes on that, and Verstappen's crew has made mistakes, not necessarily in this race, but they've made mistakes before.
Yeah,
it happens. So, to say somebody who has a team and a driver who has not hit higher than third in years, to say that they have, on a race that they come in second, they made this huge mistake and tried to turn it into a big controversy. Not really. I mean, they really did pretty freaking good.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And should they be pushing for first? Absolutely, they should be pushing for first.
You think they'll get there?
They could take a first place if Verstappen or his crew makes a mistake somewhere. If things continue as status quo, I don't know how they would do it because the Red Bull cars are just that much faster.
Got you. Okay.
I mean, like we when they have been side by side in a race up to now, I mean, it's like they just hit the nitrous. Like they're pulling ahead that much faster.
Race. Did you see that Indy car race where those four cars finished at the same time? And the car that was in fourth won at the last
minute.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a dope finish.
Freaking let off the gas until you're across the line.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then some.
It was crazy. All right, so moving on. Oh,
but
Monaco was the last subject today.
I will say this about Monaco. If you were watching only the actual race, you kind of missed some of the best action because the qualifying was when it got crazy.
Oh, straight up?
Yeah. First of all, they didn't have any rain. But you got people crashing and running off the road.
Oh, wow. That sounds like fun.
And they didn't even have any rain. So
that's crazy. Man, I saw a clip of a dude on a highway. There was a guy getting pulled over, whatever, getting arrested. And then there was a tow truck
I know what you
with a ramp, like in the fast lane of the highway.
Okay.
A car comes down the fast lane and hits the ramp and jumps like 120 something feet.
and hits
another car. Of course, the cops got to run over to the new situation that just took place. Like, man, first of all, whoever was in that car, they're about to sue.
Young lady.
She's about to sue for so much. She said.
The one that got hit.
No, she didn't get hit. She ran on a ramp of a tow truck.
Wow.
That was just sitting. The tow truck was sitting in the fast lane. I'm sure, from her perspective, she probably didn't see that ramp.
No, No, the truck was actually on the shoulder.
Was it on the shoulder?
Well, see, this is
I thought I saw because I looked and it was.
I mean, it's not like them things don't have lights flashing
This
on
is
them.
what people do.
It's crazy.
They drive to what they look at. That's how police get hit on the side of the road all
Yep.
the time.
They
They're going like
get focused on something.
and they see something, they start looking at them.
Wow,
That's true.
'Cause
That's true.
She went up that bad
Yeah,
boy
I
and
saw
jumped.
that this morning.
That was wild.
She went up there.
Oh, she's
But
on
even if
foot.
it was in the fast lane, were you looking where you were going?
Right.
But still, that's a lawsuit though.
I mean,
I think you're losing.
everything is a lawsuit now.
You gonna lose that
I
lawsuit?
mean, you could sue, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I would say whoever got hit by that car can sue both of them.
As a matter of fact, I think that was it in Mississippi?
I wouldn't doubt. I was about to ask. I was about to ask if it was in Pilot Point because there was a monster of it was a big old wreck at Pilot Point.
Because when they said it, I kind of laughed. You know, I was like, in Mississippi, you know.
Yeah. Kind of like Florida Man.
That's the thing about Mississippi, Jones. Don't get mad at me, but I know why you left.
Straight up.
Yeah. There's some good people, but there's some crazy stuff going on too.
It's
But yeah, that's
wild in the sip, baby.
I wouldn't put it past anything.
I'm gonna pull up. But y'all know what time it is. It is time for my favorite part of the show.
Pouring up some more.
Tech Talk.
Oh,
man.
that,
Come on.
That one. Okay.
Now, this is when school is really in right
Yeah,
here.
that's what we're in right now.
So some of y'all out there on the internet might want to use a pencil.
I get to learn.
Get your pencil
Take
sharp.
couple notes.
All right, so there's some stuff about AI, and I guess that's really about it.
They're waiting on some stuff for AI.
People are griping about it.
Like, what do you mean? What they griping
Have
about?
you heard about this AI stuff? I tell you what, let's talk about something else.
Okay.
When you buy something, you put down money on it, cash money,
Yep.
check, credit card, whatever.
Yep.
Do you own it?
If it's purchased, yeah. Absolutely.
Do you own it, or do you have a license to it?
When I buy something, we're talking about
You got-
tangible goods.
You got a phone there. Do you own it?
I mean, I will. Right now, I'm on a plan,
Well,
technically, but I own
Yeah.
this one though.
So-
I do own that one.
so what is happening? And this is a thing that I've been griping about for years, and nobody ever listens until their iPhone gets affected. Is when you buy something these days, and then more and more things, like as we have more and more things that have software in them, more and more things fall under license agreements.
Yeah.
And so phones is a big one, computers is a big one, software
In general.
is where it starts.
Yeah.
Now there's a car, a BMW, I think. It's a BMW or a Volvo that's a fancy schmancy luxury car, but basically you buy the car, which is already pretty expensive,
Yep.
and then and it's got everything in it already. Like it's already got the radio. It's already got. It ain't like you going to the dealer and you got to wait for them to ship the car that's got all the options on it.
Yeah.
Like it's already got all the options on it. But if you want the heated seats to come on, you got to pay another monthly
package.
thing.
Wow.
If you want the satellite radio, I mean we already got to do that. But just to turn it on,
Wow.
you got and there's several more. The full performance package. It's already got all the stuff. It's already got the ability.
But to
Unlock it, you got to pay a little bit more.
wow.
So
That's
you bought the
crazy.
car, but you don't own the car. You just got the part that you paid for.
I wouldn't buy that car.
Well,
I would not buy that car.
Well, you got that phone. It's the same thing.
What's that? Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Up until
But I can pay
this
it off
year,
though.
up until that phone.
I can pay it off. I
until
can't pay
this
that car
year.
off though. Sounds like.
Up until this year, if you cracked that screen and you took it to a non-Apple shop and they replaced the screen, like the Face ID won't work, and it pops up this little message that says you got a non-Apple authorized screen.
Yeah. Wow.
And there's lots of other stuff like that, and there's more and more of this push, which I totally, from the business perspective, I totally understand, because what if you got a business, what do you want? if you're a business,
Money.
you want monthly recurring revenue.
Yeah.
You want stuff that's going to keep coming in over and over and over again. So it makes sense from a business perspective.
Absolutely.
But if I buy a damn hammer, I own the hammer.
Yeah.
But if it's a software defined hammer, well, you may not,
Yeah, it's a little
because you
different.
can only use it for things that it's approved to use for. And that's the direction that we're going when we got phones that are full of software. We got microphones that are full of software.
I don't like this
We got
whole car
computers that are full of
situation.
software.
I don't like that whole car
And now
situation at all.
your car, my car, all got software defined stuff in them.
Yep.
And it's, they want to have that constant
My
stream
whole
of
thing
revenue.
is if they can control that, what else can they control in the vehicle? You know what I'm saying?
Well, they can shut it down.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I mean, that's the direction that we're going. I mean, we've had the ability to do that. I knew a guy. Matter of fact, I know a guy. He sent me a happy birthday this morning that has a car dealership, and he does high risk loans. And the way he manages that is he's got a little thing on the car that, shuts the car off. Yeah.
Wow.
You don't pay the bill, and he gives you 24 hours.
That's
If
crazy.
you hadn't worked something out with him in 24 hours, that car ain't starting.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been around for a few years now.
That's been it's been
But like people
more
with,
than 10 years that I've known about
credit,
that. Yeah.
That's
IRS,
crazy.
yeah. If you don't pay, if your car don't do Monday, you don't pay it Monday, Tuesday morning, your car won't move.
Wow.
They can actually
And that is, where he had to go install a box in the car years
New
ago.
cars gotta
Now
run,
it's just there. It's in it.
every
It's
car
like a
that's
low
got
jack?
every car that's got the little fin, look like a
Yeah.
dolphin's fin on the top. They can shut your car down whenever they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Now they may not have it turned on where like the dealer can do it, but it's there.
I mean, they have
It can
that
be done.
capability. Because when me and Pam,
They probably have to pay a subscription to be able to do
Yeah.
it.
You know,
that's crazy.
me and my wife had an accident in the car.
Yeah.
And this is the honest truth. When the car got hit, the guy came on the radio.
Yeah.
It says,
Like
Mrs.
All Stars.
Goldberg, we see you've been in an accident.
Yep.
The car is still sliding. It's not even
Hadn't even stopped.
hadn't
yet.
even
Right.
stopped.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He already on the radio telling us where we are, and the police and fire truck is on the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the car was still, and I told him, I said, and then when the car came to a stop, the airbags had deployed, so that make the smoke come out.
Right.
So I told him, I said, say, man, we got to get out the car, because I don't know if it's the airbags
Right.
or the car's on fire. But there's a lot of smoke we got. He said, okay, we already got it. Just
Yep.
that quick. I'm talking about
Wow.
within
And that's the good side of it, because that's good. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, that's a brilliant thing for
But
you to
he can
have when
also-
you're, but
so
at the
like
same
you said, they
time,
can,
Tap in whenever
Right.
they want to.
matter of fact, I saw all this stuff is science fiction, but I saw one of these cars where the person got locked in, they couldn't even get out the car.
yeah,
That's too much.
yeah,
That's too much right there.
I mean, that door handle wouldn't work.
right.
That's way too
Well,
much.
I mean,
Because it was a
the lock
software
is
problem.
right. The lock
Yeah.
is electronically controlled. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're all like software controlled, but they are electronic. So I mean, it's not impossible to
That's
imagine.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's not out of the question to think that could happen.
Well,
And like, I didn't know this until I was reading about this today, that if you like Tesla won't let you install an aftermarket hitch on their car. If you want to put a tow hitch on their car, you have
are
to.
you serious?
Yeah, it gripes and moans about like that's not an authorized hitch. And won't let you-
Wow, that's crazy.
And you
What you
may,
got?
if you put something like on your car, you may default your warranty or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Which,
not
I mean,
sure
yeah,
that,
which-
that's what Tesla do, but you
right.
have certain cars that if you go
Right.
put this on that car, that they
Everything
don't.
is done.
which
Yeah.
which I kind of understand that, because once you've gone and messed with it,
Yeah.
okay, well, we can't guarantee you that it's
That it's
gonna
gonna
perform
that it's going to
same.
perform
Yeah.
the same. But there's a difference between, to my mind at least, there's a difference between saying, okay, look, we're not going to provide you with effective insurance, which is effectively what a warranty is. We're just ensuring that the equipment works the way we said it was going to work, right? There's a difference between saying, okay, we can't insure that because you've touched it, you've done stuff to it, versus saying, okay, if you touch stuff on this car, if you make changes to the way this car is set up, we're just basically going to disable it so you can't use it.
Yeah.
to me, there's a big difference between the two.
Control.
And it comes down to control and money. And I think there's as you're talking about, there's accidents happen and things like that that are good uses for this. But like we talked about with other people that have had on the show, and hope we'll come back to this one day.
Yeah.
Privacy, like the idea that you can just say, well, I just don't want my stuff to be private. Those days are gone.
No.
That ship has sailed.
Privacy.
So like the software stuff, like the privacy stuff, what we need is to say, okay, all you congressmen and legislatures and things that we pay all this tax money to support you, and we elect you and all this other stuff. All right, it's time for you to get off your ass and pass some meaningful legislation that says, since we've forgotten about the idea that just because the right isn't specified in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, it still exists. We're asking you to put this into law, that there's a right to privacy. There's a right to repair. There's a right to make modifications to something. Doesn't mean that you get the warranty, but you have a right to, if you paid good money for something, it is freaking yours.
It's yours. It should be.
Oh, yeah, it should be.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people with a lot more money than me that wants the opposite to be true.
That want to capitalize.
Anyway, so that's my rant for today in AI news, and you will be hearing from Sia and Vicky and I tomorrow on deeper dive into artificial intelligence and why you should not use it to do your job without fact checking it.
Yeah.
But in other news,
definitely got to fact check, because there's just some stuff out there, boy.
And if you're a lawyer and you use it, you will get in big trouble. Apple banned ChatGPT and Bard, so you can't use those at work anymore.
Really?
I doubt seriously they're the only ones who have done that. Certainly
due to misinformation.
They're saying, so their reasoning is that it's not reliable, so misinformation, and more so that it's not secure. So I would say that I still say, if you are using if you're using anything that involves you typing something into a web form, you probably need to be careful what you type in there.
Yeah.
Or copy and paste or whatever. What I also think
there is something receiving that.
There's something receiving that, and no matter what they do, there's potential that it could get received by somebody else.
Yeah.
So, unless you've got some contractual language that says that they're liable to protect it, which there really isn't.
I'm glad they have that, though, because there's some people that could use it for the bad, right? How to do this or how to do that,
you didn't really need ChatGPT for that.
Yeah, for sure. But it definitely helps with
it does. And the thing with Apple
regulating it a little bit,
and other companies and schools who are trying to say, oh, well, you can't use this. You are putting yourself as a company, and you're putting your employees as part of your company at a strategic disadvantage.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, oh, well, we're just going to ban this and we're never going to use it. Learn how to use the tool properly. Learn what the risks and the limitations of it are. And instead of saying, oh, we're just not, oh, that's new and we can't, don't be that guy. Yeah. Be the guy who says, all right, it is new. We need to be real careful with this. And instead of me saying, don't use it, I'm going to say, here's some guidelines. One, don't put anything confidential in there ever. And two, before you use anything off of this, let's figure out how it fits into our organization and what we are going to have to do to put some guardrails up so that we don't get hit with a lawsuit or, put the wrong information out there.
Yeah. It's
not that hard to do.
No.
But it takes thinking a little bit further
effort.
ahead.
It takes effort. And
again, if you're running a company that in any way, shape, form, or fashion can make use of this, and you're not using it, you're going to get left behind.
Yeah.
If you were, 100 years ago, maybe not quite 100 years ago, however many years ago the pocket calculators came out,
Yeah.
if you had a business and you that could make use of a pocket calculator and you didn't, you were going to get left behind.
When were calculators invented? This in the 50s, 60s?
We're way back.
When I just was running through that in my head, it started getting so complicated to try to figure out that.
I'm gonna find out real quick.
Because if you're thinking about business, then you have to think about adding machines, and then what constitutes an adding machine? How far back does that go? Anyway, it gets complicated pretty quick. But
you go back to cash registers.
Cash registers, which was
at one point, you put the amount in and put the amount of money they gave you, tell you to change.
Yep.
You know, so.
And then you go back to like an abacus.
1886.
Also, it could have been
By William Seward
Could have been 100
Burroughs
years
of
ago.
Rochester in the United States.
the Burroughs Corporation.
Wow.
1886, the calculator.
Calculator's been around for a minute.
It looked
So you're
kinda like
saying I was right the first time?
Yeah.
What is that? Look kind of like a chessboard or something.
The abacus.
Yeah,
an
abacus.
abacus. Sliding up.
Yep.
You know what?
Yeah.
We did that in elementary school. Now, I mean, man, you just have to really think about that. Oh yeah, it looked very similar to, you had your beads up here, you had your beads down there.
Right.
2 plus and then what you got up there.
Yeah, I mean, this calculator looked like it had buttons.
In 18?
Yeah.
18.
Probably did.
Had buttons. Or
yeah.
there it is. I think that's more.
That's more the 1800 one.
Looking like the scoreboard in Fenway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to uncover the
Nice.
numbers that you're using.
It's kind of cool looking though.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. Hey, 1800s, baby.
If we had licensing, we could show that to
To the
figure
people.
that out.
Yeah, man.
I'd figure out how to do that. All right, one
me,
more
I
thing.
create my own graphics, so we don't need licensing. I just throw something in the background.
Right. We won't even talk about how that.
Make it an abstract.
All right, two more things. One, there's a company called Deep Media that is trying to develop tools to detect deep fakes.
Ooh, that's great.
You know what a deep
I
fake
love
is?
this.
You know what a deep fake is?
You know what a deep fake is?
Not really. No.
Okay.
All right, so this is what's scary.
Go for it.
All right, so this is my definition of a deep fake. A deep fake is a picture or a video of something that it's a manipulated photo. So it's really you, but someone else is able to control your features, your eyes, your mouth. They also attach voices to it, right? They can grab your voice. It won't be you talking, but it'll be your photo, your video of you talking, your voice coming out. A deep fake is a replica of you, but it's not real.
That's what I mean. No, I had a good idea. I mean, I was going down that road.
Yeah.
But I couldn't say, "Oh yeah, I know what a deep fake
And-
is."
Yeah.
And it has come along. So it's the concept has been around.
Was that
for
a good
several years.
definition?
Yeah,
I know
pretty
it was all
good.
over
Yeah,
the
pretty
place.
good.
All right, cool.
Concept's been around for a while. It's gotten better and better to the point that like you can do like I've seen a Paul McCartney deep fake that was like supposed to be him singing some song that he never wrote.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
I've seen
Look pretty good?
yeah, I guess
You can
if you
tell
like,
it's
if you like Paul McCartney. I
Could you
guess.
tell it was fake?
Well, I already knew it was fake. So
But if you didn't know Paul McCartney and you didn't know it was fake,
well, if I didn't know Paul McCartney, then I wouldn't know one way or the other. I don't know. Maybe I'm sensitive to that stuff, so yeah, I look at that kind of stuff all the time. So
you're super critical.
I'm really critical, and I would be more likely to say something that was real was fake.
If a cat from Oak Cliff, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you totally think it's Paul McCartney.
You would think it was Paul. Okay, that's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah,
And then like there was somebody more current and popular who they also did.
Was it Drake or Eminem?
I think
or
it was Drake is who I was thinking.
Yeah, Drake is. Yeah, everybody.
And
examples these days.
and Ice Cube was like we ain't playing this.
Yeah,
You use my stuff, I'm gonna come after you.
yeah,
I'm assuming he meant legally, but it's Cube, so he might have been like
absolutely,
it's absolutely legal.
absolutely.
Yeah, because
Right.
Ice Cube is not.
He's not a gangster.
He's not a gangster. Yeah.
He is a director and a producer.
But
Yeah,
I don't know. He might get it serious about it.
but he did
All right.
push off that persona.
he's
though.
one of
He
these
did, yeah.
art magnets kids. He's not. No, I'm telling you, no.
Yeah, yeah,
He
you
went
know.
to school for.
Yeah.
He went to like going to Booker T or something.
He was gifted and talented.
Right.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah,
So Deep Media is trying to develop tools to detect deep fakes,
that's great.
Okay.
right? Makes sense. But they're predicting that there will be 500,000 video and audio deep fakes shared online in just this year.
That's scary for war. That's scary for presidential races.
And we have presidential
That's
elections
scary
coming up.
for-
We have local elections coming up,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah,
already
personal
you already
like,
see
it's
those
just-
things.
You know, Jay-Z said that the internet is the new Wild Wild West.
Oh yeah,
There's no
yeah.
rules. You can put
Well,
pretty much anything.
there are
on the
rules,
internet.
Well, and
I mean,
this is so.
I mean, it is rules,
But it's like
but
the
they
Wild
have to
Wild
catch-
West.
they
There
have
are
to
rules,
catch you. It's hard
but they
to
have to
catch
catch you.
I'm not a
Right.
political guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with politics. Donald Trump said this. If y'all know me, like I don't deal with politics. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm not a fan of politics. Okay, but he did say this, and I was like, this mother. He must think I'm stupid, right? He said, "Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you hear.
Right.
Believe me." Now I'm not gonna believe him, but that was his way of saying deep fakes are real. You know what I'm saying? You can't in media. You can't believe everything you see nowadays.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, and the problem with it is, and I'm not going to call any names either, because it applies across the board. Is then you have somebody who says everything that I don't like, whether it's something that I said 10 years ago or something I said to some people over here who I wanted them to hear something different than what I want you to hear. Don't believe any of that. That was all a deep fake. To me, I think that is as much of a problem as the fact that you can manipulate somebody into appearing to say something that they would never say.
But we still don't know if
Is that
Kim
you
Jong-
could say whatever and claim that it's a deep fake.
I still don't know if Kim Jong Un is alive right now. He's just been out of the media.
I'm not sure Kim Jong-un knows that.
He's just been out of the media. And last time deep
Half the
fakes
people
were
in
prevalent
the
over
media don't know
there.
that.
His sister is the only one that spoke up. Like,
Half the people in North Korea don't know if he's they don't know him.
They're just trying to get the clone ready.
you know. So I don't know.
They're just trying to get his clone ready. All right, so that brings up the other subject, and this will be the last one for today. Center for AI Safety, which is this group of people who just got together and wanted to complain about stuff. Includes leading members from the AI industry. They released a statement that declares that humanity needs to treat AI as a possible extinction level event.
I mean, I agree. Because of
Come on,
fakes.
extinction level?
I mean,
Like extinction means ain't no people left. Zero, nada, none.
I mean that's a bit much extinction level, but it is
Extinction level?
You definitely have to take it seriously. We have to regulate it. It's got to
Yes.
be. Taken
I don't
seriously.
think that making grand, overblown statements is the way to take it seriously.
That's a little bit too much.
I think that's a little bit too much.
But what she is doing is
'cause,
bringing
like,
attention to it, though.
You know,
Like we talk
say-
about like an
We're talking about it
asteroid
right
hitting
now.
the planet and wiping out everything on the face of the earth as an extinction level event.
But we're talking about it though, which is bringing attention to AI, which is I'm sure what they're.
I'm sure that's their goal, but we have also seen very vividly in the last couple of years that making outlandish statements about something to scare people
Scare tactics
is
no.
not always the best plan because
no
it will
doubt.
backfire on you.
No doubt. But it is bringing more attention to the subject, right?
I mean, it's giving me something to talk about. but
It's ridiculous. What the statement is ridiculous. All right.
It's the most
not an
hyperbolicest statement ever.
Yeah, yeah. It's not we ain't talking about a nuke. AI is not a nuke. All right, it's not. We got a nuke that can do it. We got AI, or we're talking hypotheticals with it. You know what I'm saying?
Talking hypotheticals and like I have never. I have seen a computer catch on fire before.
But you've never seen.
I've never seen one blow up and take a town with it.
Well, I mean, software versus hardware,
Or even a house.
It's like, I mean, software can reach well beyond, right? And I think that's a metaphor. I think they're using that, not speaking literally, but very figuratively, that AI could cause a lot of damage. Like straight up,
I suppose.
Like straight up.
If you were an idiot and you said, "Okay, you know what?
We got idiots all around us, Jonas.
We do.
Me and you and like we're not idiots.
Oh, I thought you was finna say me and you are not, but Uncle is not. I'm not idiot.
I'm wondering what kind of company we're
like, where you going with this now?
putting together.
No, me and you and Uncle, we're not idiots. You know what I'm saying? But we saw what happened in Allen. We see it's happened more times than any other year in history. Shooting, like mass shooting, like it's some idiots out here. Like some idiots out here.
Well, we had a guy in Columbia, lawyer, who used ChatGPT to write his legal brief to the judge, and the judge picked it apart. There's literally nothing in there that was correct, and that guy's in big trouble.
Idiot.
And then a little bit closer to home,
like how can you be that smart but that dumb?
Sadly, we had
to not fact check what has been, like, you know what I'm saying?
We had a professor just here at a local university. I won't name any names.
Yeah,
but local university.
We hooking.
That's
somewhat.
Gave his that's it. Yeah, there we go. That's the one.
Somewhat local.
They had he failed a bunch of his students.
We're in Dallas. Somewhat local.
Failed basically all of his students.
Yeah.
Because he took their book reports, let's just call it, and fed them into ChatGPT and asked, "Is this something that you could have written?" And of course, ChatGPT, being an AI model with no freaking intelligence behind it whatsoever, said, "Well, yeah, because
I could have.
It's possible."
Yeah.
Because it has no idea what you're asking it.
So
he failed all his students and then failed himself
on the
because
basis that they possibly could have gotten.
He created a plagiarism test.
He tried to
plagiarism test.
He didn't even create a test. He just tried to use it as a plagiarism test. And there are tools out there for this that work way better. But rather than do that, he just thought he'd feed it into this thing that he didn't really understand.
And the school came back and asked him, "Why did you fail them?"
Oh no, the students were like, "Oh hell no,
I didn't. I wrote my paper. Right. I didn't use ChatGPT."
Well, and then so to make matters worse, then some of them said, "Well, yeah, I did. I mean, I had some help. I didn't write the whole thing, but I used it for research."
Yeah.
So now, this guy has put the school in the position of having to arbitrate between
how much of it was.
First of all, Dr. whatever your name is, you are a dumbass for doing this, because there are ways to do this that don't involve you failing your entire class. And some of my students are saying, "Well, I didn't even know what ChatGPT was until this." And some of them are saying, "Well, yeah, I knew what it was. I used it for research purposes. I didn't copy it wholesale."
So now how can you tell between the two?
Well, how can you tell between the two? And you're going to have to now make the decision of, okay, is it something that we use? Is it something that we don't use? How much is too much? And really, that guy was an idiot, but he has forced a question on that university, whatever the little hand symbol they do is.
University of Texas. Hook 'em.
Nothing against y'all. I'm just not into that whole scene. They have forced them to.
I mess with you. I mess with you, UT. Great parties, great party school. Had some great times in the fall. Great tailgating before the football games. Longhorns.
Too bad about the football games.
Hook 'em.
Outcome, but
I'm messing with you.
Too bad about the outcomes of the football games. but,
OU's better though. Just saying.
I don't know about right now.
Well, we'll see.
Last year, they'll get there.
Hook 'em though.
But that university is now going to have to make a decision that I think a lot of places, governments, and companies are going to have to make, which is how, and where are we going to use this?
So
tool?
there will be a precedent set once they figure this whole situation
at that university at least.
And is it in law? Have they taken it to court, or is it just like a
No,
university
it's
decision?
just all going to be in the university.
Gotcha.
But there's this case with the lawyer that is going to be, at least in terms of rules of the court, will probably be law to that extent.
Yeah.
Vicky's going to eat me up about that.
Yeah.
I'd
like to see
making
Judge
light
Joe
of the rules
Brown
of the
take
court.
on this case.
But yeah, right, right. Well,
No. How about Judge Steve Harvey?
Yes, Harvey take on this case. I love to see it. I can't be mad at Harvey. I mean, Judge Judy made $25 million a year.
No,
Judge on TV.
I just got my different take on Steve Harvey.
What's your take on
I
Harvey?
mean,
was he the greatest of all time?
what?
Was he the-
Greatest one of all time?
Whatever.
No, he wasn't even the greatest king of comedy.
Yeah, I don't.
No.
So who's your favorite on that? Bernie or Sid?
Bernie.
Bernie was.
Bernie. See, it was a reason.
Sid was cold too now.
Yes, said now, and see, there was a reason that Steve Harvey came on at the end, at the beginning and end. He didn't do a whole bunch of joke telling.
Yeah.
People have to realize that the Kings of Comedy, he was more of a host than he was a comedian.
Yeah, no doubt.
Bernie Mac.
Which is a valid skill. I mean, it's an important skill to have, but it's a different.
I'm just saying.
Anyway,
Bernie Mac, it wasn't
Yeah.
the Tyson situation. Bernie Mac
I just like the fact that
and Sid
all
was,
I have to
you know,
do to
those
get
are-
Unc riled up is
Sid
say,
went hard.
"But was he the goat?"
Oh no. He wasn't even crazy. I'll tell you like this. He wasn't even the funniest one on Steve Harvey show. Six entertainment.
So if you had
No.
so if you had a go, who would be the GOAT comedian?
You
Because
got.
we ain't talking about 10 game. So it can't be.
That's true. It's not-
You're talking about guys like Richard Pryor, stuff like that.
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
Martin Lawrence.
And some of those, like Richard Pryor, you got to look at like where they hit in history,
Yeah.
which is the same in sports.
Today,
You're right.
I couldn't tell those jokes.
Red Fox.
Exactly.
He couldn't say retarded kids.
Right.
Fox.
So we've
Fox.
almost come full circle on a case where Richard Pryor was breaking new ground, and a lot of the stuff that he said and did then that people thought was so outlandish and controversial, nobody would blink an eye at.
Red
to
Fox
back
was in that
around
too
to
now.
things that were just funny jokes then
Yeah.
that you can't even say in
No,
public.
you look at Saturday Night Live in 1979
Right.
versus Saturday Night Live in 2023. It's completely different.
No,
and
if
they
you-
still push it as far as
No,
they can.
if you want your
they
ears,
were. I will say-
you want your ears to bleed, just get on one of those old channels and look at
Yeah.
Sanford and Son and
Yes, sir.
and All in the Family.
Yeah.
Archie
Yeah.
Bunker.
Yeah.
And Red Fox said
That
every
was-
N word.
That was my
Yeah.
Everyone else.
Yeah,
that was my growing
Yeah,
up.
Different
They
stroke.
said some stuff. I was like, and at the time, it wasn't that outrageous.
Yeah,
But now I
right.
look at it and I said, can't believe he said that.
Yeah.
We they said that on TV.
Yeah. No.
But
So
now-
I grew up in the house watching Red Fox and
Right.
playing Sanford
Oh,
and
yeah.
Son. You know what I'm saying? And you can't Archie Bunker too.
Oh yeah.
right.
All in the Family. Like very different shows that would not be politically correct today.
But that's a
Straight
very
up.
valid
They
point,
were,
though.
but yeah.
Saturday
but they
Night
were-
Live.
Oh yeah,
It's the same way.
You couldn't say half of the stuff they said then. You couldn't say.
No.
You could
Them-
get canceled quick. Cancel.
Yeah.
Them two guys that are on Weekend Update right now are freaking hilarious.
They push it as far as you can.
I push it a little further sometimes.
They push it as far as you can, but they ain't saying
The
they ain't
only-
dropping the N bombs and they ain't dropping
only
the
one-
I remember Richard Pryor
The
on
only
Saturday Night
one
Live.
that's still kind of pushing the envelope is Dave Chappelle. 'Cause
Oh.
he bucked the system.
Oh, Chappelle.
They tried to cancel him. He said
Yeah.
no, and
And he was logical about it.
Yeah.
He gave, he said, why did this can't happen?
And there's certain things that, you can't, that I wouldn't dare say on here because I want people to keep watching.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just the fact that some of the stuff they be saying is absolutely true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because I love everybody, and I hope everybody well,
Absolutely.
We once upon a time, we understood, like, as a society, and I think most people still do, that there are things that maybe we need to be able to laugh at.
Yeah.
And are they hurtful? Did it cause pain? Was it ugly? Yeah, but that's why we need to laugh about it.
Yeah.
Because there's things because that's a coping mechanism.
Absolutely.
When we get to the point that the things that
therapeutic.
things that we, everything that might accidentally hurt somebody's feelings or, bring up a difficult, painful topic are off limits. And you can only talk about it when we're all sitting cross-legged in a circle around a kumbaya fire or whatever. Like, then we kind of lose something. We lose some of that coping mechanism. And, that's kind of where some people seem to be wanting us to go. And,
Yeah.
I'm eminently cancelable. I just put it that way.
You can counsel me all you want to, but just I tell my wife this all the time. You can counsel me, but you can't stop my checks. My check's coming.
Yeah.
So you can counsel me all you want to, as long as I can go to check, as long as my check comes.
Well, I'll say this. I'll say this on the mic. Look, if you got a problem with something that I say, talk to me about it.
Talk to me about it.
Because one, I may just say, well, I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But two, I may not understand. Like, there's a lot of things. Like, we've talked about stuff that like, I just didn't understand how that was.
Yeah.
From a different perspective.
Yep.
Until I heard somebody talk about it from a different perspective.
Absolutely. And that's how you get them. So just like
And sometimes it's still funny.
Yeah, just like
sometimes it's
you
even
only
more.
get one perspective.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, that's what you're gonna buy into holistic,
Right.
like all the way. You're gonna think the whole rest of the world is on your same algorithm.
Yeah.
That's not the case. No.
If all you're looking at is RBIs,
Yeah.
and you stack your team based on RBIs, you're gonna have some weaknesses.
If you want to be 360, you know what I'm saying? You got to have different viewpoints,
Right.
man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you can educate yourself on which direction you want to go from that
Yep.
point. You know what I mean? So, no, that's very funny, but it's very true at the same time. Like straight up. Now, I've enjoyed this show today, y'all.
It was a great show. Great show.
Great show. You know
Always
what I'm
is.
saying? Thank you all for watching. Whoever tuned in, we appreciate you. Like straight up, man. But
Before we go. Oh yeah. Hey,
Before we go. Please.
The important thing.
Please. Most importantly, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Go on and share this with somebody. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, man. We want to talk to you. Anything you want to talk about that we discussed during this whole conversation today, man. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what we love. We love the community. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Community and communication.
You love the community, love the communication. It's so crazy how those things both start with commune. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's commune around here. But is that even a word?
It is a word. Yeah.
Okay, man.
And you used it correctly.
Now, let's commune then. Let's commune around here, y'all.
In these days and times, you can make up words. Once our president made up some, so now you can see, this is the thing that I tell people.
Yeah.
When you get to Webster Dictionary, some of those words Webster made up. So who gave Webster the right to make up a word?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, let's get it.
Jonas can make up a word.
Somebody made up that word somewhere along the way.
Well,
it might have been a long time ago.
And at the end of the day, moral of the story, let's commune.
Let's have some
appreciate
communulation.
y'all joining us, man. Next week, same thing. Wednesday, sometime around noon, man. Peace.